Hey there, it's Crystal Lopez here from crystalandcomp.com, and today I'm going to show you how to take all of these ingredients and we're going to feed a crowd for super cheap. We're going to make red beans and rice. We're going to make the beans on the stove top with the sausage, and then we're going to make the rice in the Instant Pot, which is my favorite way to make rice. It cooks in 4 minutes if we're doing jasmine rice. Super, super easy. Look at how incredible this is, and I'm so glad I made so much because we ended up with more people for dinner than I thought we were that night. And it fed everyone and filled the bellies, let me tell you. So let me show you just how easy this is to make. All right, so gather up your ingredients. You're gonna need a little bit of butter. You're going to need onion, celery, red beans, some Cajun seasoning. We've got some thyme there. We've got salt and pepper, olive oil, bay leaves, the andouille. Is that how you say it? Andouille? Andoule? I don't know. Sausage. And we are also going to use some stock. You can use homemade chicken broth, homemade or store-bought chicken broth, or you can just do water. It may be a little less flavorful with just water, but it'll all work out just fine. All right, so first I took, there's my mother in the background. I took,
Y'all look kind of similar.
Lenny,
I'm
I,
walking like robots
well,
there.
it's because we're fast forwarded. I've got
No,
it on, I've got it sped up.
you normally walk like that.
No, I do not. No, I do not. Anyway, we took the beans. My mother put those beans on to soak. That's 2 pounds of red beans in that pot over there to the right. She had put them on to soak in that. Soaking them just helps to clean them, but it also is going to help them cook a little bit faster. So you could also do like bring them to a boil and then just let them sit, turn the heat off and just let them sit for like an hour. That is a quicker way to kind of clean them and prep them. But we had multiple hours. We started multiple hours in advance. So we had just had those sitting and soaking in that pot for a little while. Now, that's not the pot that I'm going to cook them in. I'm actually going to put them in this really big pot that I have there because I'm going to need lots of room. All right, so start with an onion. You could do purple onion, yellow onion, or white onion. I think I have a yellow onion here. And so that's what I'm going to use.
Now,
All
can
right.
you tell me a little bit about that board? Because when you first bought that board,
Oh my
it had
gosh.
this bad odor smell.
I
But
did not
every
smell
time
it.
I wash it, it just smells like, I don't know,
Why would you
just
tell people that? I don't
it
think
just
it smells at
does.
all. You think
It
it still
has a,
smells?
I guess that wood that it's made out of has an odor to it. It's like, what
I
is
don't
that?
think so at all. So hi guys, apparently Lenny's going to be joining me for some voiceover here.
Hello.
This is the cutting board that I tell them how much I love it all the
No, it's
time.
a great cutting board. Just when you first got it, oh my gosh.
I
I
didn't
guess
smell anything. Lenny smelled something and some of the kids said that they smelled
you should
something.
see my nose. I have a very big nose. I can
Oh
smell
my
a
goodness.
bird from a mile away.
Okay. So what did it smell like?
I don't know what kind of wood is that anyway. It's not a hard pecan. It's
Oh,
real soft,
yeah, it's
and so
called. Hold on, I'll have
when
to look
when
it
you
up.
cut into it, it supposedly heals itself or
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
That is crazy. I've never cyborg board.
Well,
Never heard of something like
do
that
you
before.
like using it?
Oh, absolutely, I do.
Do you
And
think it still smells?
I don't. I haven't really, you
Smelled
know,
it?
taken it and smelled it, but
Well,
I
how did
know
you
it's.
smell it before?
I did, and it was like I was washing it and cleaning it, and all of a sudden I smelled it. What is that? And it had this odor to it, and it's like, huh,
Huh.
huh.
I love it. I
I
never
know.
smelled anything. When it
You know what? I'm gonna stop right now. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna
Oh, I want you can be here, talk to us.
no.
He is not the only one that thought it had a smell. One of our other kids who is very sensitive to smells was saying, "Oh my goodness, what is that smell?" I never smelled it, and I don't know. I don't smell anything now, and I'm guessing that you don't smell anything now either. I don't.
I've never really honestly paid attention afterwards or anything, but
Well, if
I'm
you were
sure
offended
it's coated
initially,
with something, right?
yeah.
That's gotta be. Isn't there? Do they puzzle that together, or is that glued
I really
in?
don't
And
know. I don't know the
I
answer to
don't know
that.
how
Okay,
they
I
do
looked
that
it up.
either.
It is called how do you say that? Acacia?
There's a, yeah, yeah.
CIA. Acacia. Acacia, maybe? It's a butcher
Acacia
block.
wood.
Um, yeah. That's what it's called. And I got it so much cheaper on Amazon than the original one that I found was in Williams Sonoma. So I've told you guys about it. I've told you how much I love it. And I hope that Lenny's comments about thinking that it
No,
had a
no, no,
smell
no.
doesn't turn anybody
Well, it's
away.
like when you buy anything, it has, different smell. Even a new car. When you buy a new car, it has that new car smell.
I love the
But
new car smell.
this didn't have no new car smell. This had some kind of just a smell. It's like, wow, what is this?
Hmm.
But I know it's the wood because if you've ever done any kind of woodworking, um, especially on pine or cedar or something like that, you smell it. You smell it. Go to Home Depot, just kind of walk on by the wood, and you can smell the different wood.
What was on my mom's arm? She had a band-aid on for something and it looks like it was falling off. So my mom was here for 3 weeks. There comes one of my little kids running through the kitchen without a shirt
I
on.
did. It's well,
This is my life.
all our boys, all of them, every single one of them, they get home from school, or whatever.
They get home from
When
school.
well, like Sunday school and things, or
What are you talking
when the
about?
little guys were little. That remember our first round. Well, they went to school. You were PTA mom, I was PTA dad,
Okay, those kids
and
are in their
those I
20s and
know.
getting married and having bunches of children right now.
Yes, I know this. But no matter what, every boy that I ever had, they after school or after church, they come home, they take their clothes off, and it's like they're in their skivvies. It's like, what happened? I see a line of clothes starting from the shoes, socks, and all of a sudden it looked like the kid melted. It's like, what happened?
It is like a Hansel and Gretel trail. Well, okay, this is not what I intended to
Okay, I'm
talk about.
sorry. Go
So
ahead. Talk about your food here. That it was good, by the way.
all right. So in that pot, it looks like I had pulled out that half of an onion, but decided to use a whole onion. So I chopped up a whole onion and put it in there. And then I chopped up a couple cloves of garlic. I used my favorite little garlic peeler there. Do you have any objections or comments about the garlic peeler? Does it have any smells? Does it bother you in any way? Do
You
you?
know what? I was the tool at one point in time in my life. I worked at an Italian restaurant, and I did all the garlic and peeled it. So you see me when I do it. I don't use a tool. I just go ahead and I smash it with my hand, and then peel the stuff off, and then I chop it in little bits.
Yeah, that's what you do. That is what you do. Okay, so
That's what I do.
you're really
And then my hands smell like garlic all the time, and it's like, hello.
You're really good at making this about you. All right. So he's offended by smells and he is
I'm not.
a
Wait
self-proclaimed
a minute.
garlic
Whoa,
troll.
whoa, whoa. The only smell I'm offended is if you sneak one by in the car and we're like locked into the car and I'm like, ah, I stick my head out the window and I'm screaming. But, anyways, too much information?
I am so insulted.
No, you're not. Otherwise, you
All
wouldn't.
right. So that was three, I think, ribs of celery, maybe four. I don't know. I was distracted by him
Three
taking over
comments?
the storytelling. So as you see, I like to take those ribs of celery and just kind of slice them down in long strips and then chop them up in little pieces. Now we're going to take this sausage and cut it up. Actually, I kind of want this for dinner tonight.
You
It's
know, it's
such an
so funny.
inexpensive dinner.
You look at those doggies and they're just sitting there waiting for their fill. They're like, okay, she's going to drop it. She's going to drop
Uh-huh.
something. I'll just wait. Really
Somebody
patient.
left a comment in one of my shorts that they felt really bad for our dogs because
Why?
they
Trust me, this lady takes care of all four of these dogs like they're babies. So it's like I get offended.
So we have four dogs. Three of them were Lenny's idea. Okay. Only one of them was my idea, and it was that one right there that you can see, Rosie.
Yeah, and she's a troublemaker.
We rescued her during COVID. I love her. She is so sweet, but she is full of energy. She's
Oh
part
no.
Rhodesian Ridgeback, and
And beaver, because the back of my fence in the backyard, I don't care. I could replace a plank and she just bites through it. It's like,
if
oh my
you hear her
gosh.
barking in one of the videos, it's her. It's her. It's her. It's her. Or that little Eddie, which is the last little
Yeah,
troublemaker
but
that
that's
Lenny
a
rescued.
yap. That's a
So, so that one back there is Princess. She's our Boston Terrier, and I don't know if you guys have ever noticed, but she walks a little different. She has a growth plate issue on one of her back legs. She was born like that. And but she is our second oldest dog. And her and Rosie is the brown one right there.
yeah.
They are in a place right now where they're struggling for dominance. Like Princess is aging and she's getting old. I relate to her so much. Like she's just tired of everybody's stuff. She's like, leave me alone. But she's still trying to
Oh,
be dominant. Yeah, there's my niece. She's still trying to be dominant, and Rosie is trying to establish her dominance. And so it's a very interesting turn in their relationship that's happening here because they are the two girl dogs in the house. And so, anyway,
okay, Crystal. Let's talk about the elephant in the room. There's a big old, big old band-aid on your mom's arm flapping around. And let me tell you something. I was wondering where that came from. I was eating that rice and beans, and there was a cigarette and a band-aid in my food.
he is not being serious.
Oh man, that is gross.
I just,
How about if that would have fell in the food?
Lenny. Okay, first of
I
all,
love your mom.
you do.
I
First of all,
love your
my
mom.
mother watches these videos, and she's going to wring
Oh
your
no.
neck if she
Okay,
hears you talk about her
I
like
gotta
that.
go. I
All
gotta
right.
go. I better
So,
not say nothing.
okay, so I don't know. I think she must have got bit by something. I don't remember what happened. That's been a couple of weeks ago, but
Yeah,
she did have a band-aid on her arm and it
it's
was
flapping around.
flapping around. That's true. All right, so what a video. I had no idea this video was going to go this way. So we have got all of our stuff into that pot for the beans and the sausage. We're going to add water, or you can fill it up with chicken broth, whatever you have. I'm adding water, and then I'm going to add some of that chicken broth
Oh my
base.
gosh, you're full of beans.
And today we have dad jokes
What is
brought to
that?
you by Lenny. That is what gave you terrible indigestion that night. It is the Old Bay seasoning. It gave you indigestion, my mother indigestion.
Yeah,
I
it
think it
doesn't
gave
agree with me because it's hot,
it
right?
gave everybody
Or spicy.
indigestion. Somebody turned my light off. What happened there? Oh my goodness. Okay, are we going to recover here? Are we going to get the light turned back on? There we go. All right. Hallelujah. I don't want to have to
Now,
eat
what
it.
is that?
That is
Bouillon? Bouillon
It
or
is
whatever.
Sam's version of better than bouillon. And because I didn't have any pre-made chicken stock. I've
Gotcha.
been making my own chicken stock and freezing it. I was out though. So, yeah. There you go. We're going to put that on the stove and we're going to cook it for a while.
How long?
Bring it to a boil, let it boil for a while, and then bring it down to a simmer.
Just like rice?
Well, but you're cook like we
A
let it
long
cook
time.
for probably 4 hours.
Oh my God.
Now,
Like a like a
like a what?
like boiling like boiling. Just let it boil, boil, boil.
Boil and then let it boil for a little while and then turn it down and let it just continue to cook. You could even
Mm.
have it on a low rolling boil. All right. So now this is hours later and I'm going to make rice in the Instant Pot. I use jasmine rice, equal parts rice to equal parts water. I've made up to like 8 cups of uncooked rice in here. This is my 8-quart huge Instant Pot. The beans,
Mm.
there they are pretty much done. You want to cook them long enough where they start to kind of thicken, okay? And then we're going to take those bay leaves out of there and any band-aids that fell in.
And a cigarette.
There was no cigarette. All right, so to stretch this out a little bit, we're going to take a loaf of our dollar bread from HEB and we're just going to let it garlic. We're going to put some butter and garlic on it and put it in the oven and let it get a little crispy. And then we will serve that up with our beans and rice. So I'm just going to do what I do here. You've seen me do these in videos before. We're just going to cut it open and butterfly.
Look like you're a butterfly your finger in a
You're
minute.
thinking I'm going to cut my
I
fingers
know
off.
it, because you handle that knife
You,
like an expert.
you don't think I'm doing a good job?
No, I just like, ooh, ooh.
Really?
But that's okay. You've lived through it this long. I mean,
We watch these videos back and he's like, oh my gosh, you're going to chop your fingers off.
that would make a different type of video.
Ugh. I do think
Oh
about
yeah.
that sometimes. Like, what if
Oh,
I did
catch it live. It's
and
like, oh.
then ugh,
You know,
yeah,
they used to have a
sorry.
Saturday Night Live skit that would do that, and it was like, it was ugh.
Okay.
They were like,
Well,
oh,
okay.
I accidentally cut myself, and then all of a sudden it was all over the place.
Were
It's
they
like,
truly a child?
yeah, they would act like that, and I was like, oh, just a little surface wound, and it would be like,
So what
oh,
decade of Saturday Night Live was this?
in the 80s.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I was a
So,
baby and you
yeah.
were
Okay, okay. Let's move on. Let's move on. Okay, never mind.
those of you that don't know, there's 10 years between us. So yeah, that's fun. All right. So this time I'm just taking the butter and cutting it up because I just want to get this done. I'm not gonna uh,
Yeah.
melt it and smear it on. I'm just going to put it on there like that. Actually, I don't even think I put any garlic on it. Clearly, y'all just watched all that with me, and I don't think I put garlic on.
Butter
So
and bread is great.
we're just right. I just want to make this as simple as possible. There's McCoy. McCoy is our OG dog. Oh my goodness, he is our family mascot and the dog that our kids. So let me tell you the story of him. Our kids wanted a dog. Our twins that are now 19,
Oh, this is a
one
long time ago.
one of them, they were about 6 years old, and he had asked, "Can we please get a dog, Mom?" And we were finally at a place. So if they were 6, Matthew was 3. Matthew was our baby at the time, and they were finally at a place where they were getting old enough. They could help with a dog, but that was part of what I kept putting off getting a family dog because I did not want to do all the work myself, right? So I told him someday you can get a dog. This story is over on my blog, actually, chrissongcome.com. So I said, someday. Well, then a few days passes and little Nikki says, Mom, is it Sunday yet? And I'm like, no, it's Wednesday or whatever day it was. And he goes, well, you told us that on Sunday we could get a dog. And I was like, no, someday, not Sunday. So Lenny and I started having some serious conversations about a dog. Well, Lenny had gone and run a call for somebody who was a friend of a friend. And Lenny got to their house and they had this dog. They had many dogs, but McCoy stuck
That
out to
toasted
him.
bread was so
It
good.
was very good. So let me tell this story real quick while we're doing all this.
She's
So,
eating.
so
Where's the band-aid? Where's the
I
band-aid?
don't know. The band-aid's
Okay.
gone. So, oh, what was I saying? You made me forget what I was saying. So my husband's like, oh my goodness, this is such a cute dog. And they said, actually, we rescued him. He was at a gas station.
What was Nana doing?
I
Was
don't
she...
know. I don't know. Griping at somebody. He was
Love you, Nana.
he was at a gas station and he had been abandoned. And
Leave
so
some bread for us.
they took him home and they tried to find a home for him and they couldn't find a home for him. So he wasn't getting along with their dogs or something. They couldn't keep him after trying for weeks to find a home for him. And so,
No, this is, I'll explain that part. Okay. So it's a guy that was worked for the railroad, right? So him and his wife would go and rescue these dogs, and they'd work with the pound, that's the local pound. And this one dog, they would pull it out just before it gets to the part where they're going to euthanize, and it's like, oh no no no, don't do it. We'll take it, take it, take it. So they said, look, this is the last time. We can't not let you do that. Well, they were hurting inside. The dog was, and all of a sudden they said, "Okay, we got somebody for the dog." And so anyway, long story short, he was like 20 seconds from being euthanized, and they pulled that dog,
so,
and then we
so
got to meet him.
the
And
people called and said he's the next one on the list to be euthanized because they had taken him to the shelter hoping that he could find a home. He was the next one on the list to be euthanized. They needed to get up there in like 20 minutes. They get up there and they were already walking him back to euthanize him. So they take him back home and
there you
now
go.
they have the dog again, right? So here's Lenny coming there to work on their air conditioner, and they are like, well, here's the story on this dog and we're trying to find a home for it. And my husband's like, let me ask my wife. So he calls me and I'm like, oh, I don't know. I really don't know if I'm ready for this. So I load up the kids. We drive over there. That dog jumped in our car and has never been separated from us again. He is the dog that everyone in this house will go to the ends of the earth to make sure he has everything he
When
needs.
something medical happens, we're all gathered together.
We
Like
are all,
it's just,
he
yeah.
got injured a while back. We don't know what happened. He was running down the stairs and then suddenly couldn't walk.
He had probably a hip pointer, if
And
you know what that
so,
is.
well, no, we ended up we took him to an emergency vet. That's another story for
Yeah, that's
another
a.
time. That was a terrible situation. But then we ended up taking him to the vet that we now use, that's an incredible vet
Oh,
in Port
yeah,
Verde.
that guy's
And
awesome. He's an old
that
timer and really awesome.
he said that McCoy had basically a meniscus tear or
Oh,
whatever.
yes. Yeah, yeah,
Remember?
yeah, yeah.
But when of course, our minds all went to the worst. We thought McCoy was going to die. And so every kid is at the vet crying, like kids that are teenagers. And
But the other vet made us believe that too, though.
yeah, the emergency
And
room
they wanted thousands of dollars.
vet, they wanted
I
us
go,
to
whoa, whoa,
mortgage.
whoa, whoa, Crystal, y'all, you need to step out with the kids, because I knew immediately she was gonna go do whatever it takes.
We were
Give
going
them
to
all our cash.
we were going to remortgage the home for that dog. Anyway, so there you have it. All right. You didn't come here for all of that. I don't know. This video went off the rails. That's what happens when
Sorry.
Lenny's here, but maybe you'll like it. I don't know. It was fun. All right, guys. Thanks for hanging out. This is how you make red beans and rice. I'm going to leave the information
Quick
and
meal, and it was
instructions
great. It was great.
in the
You can see me
description.
back there walking around and
Mhm.
walking like a robot, just like
Oh, yeah, look at you walking like a robot. And then you just lean over the counter and start eating. Like,
it was
anyway,
good.
we
I
got a
was
house full
in
of
a hurry.
people. Cousin Brent was here. Kids are everywhere. My niece, my mom, another teenager. My house was a mess. It's okay. Our kids, grandkids were here. Like, we fed a bunch of people that night, and I didn't know how far this was going to stretch, and it
It
stretched.
did,
So,
and it was good. Everyone loved
all
it.
right, guys, thanks for hanging out with us. Tell me if you like videos like this. Maybe Lenny needs to do voiceover with me more often. I don't know. He just
I
talks about,
reveal too
oh
much.
my goodness,
Come, come on over. I'll reveal some more.
I'm gonna have him sign a
Non-disclosure
non-disclosure.
NDA.
All right, guys, thanks for hanging out with us. We'll see you in the next
Come
video.
see us again.
Bye.